As I'm driving, I was just thinking that I really want to record some of the lessons that I got out of the test this time, because it's a lesson that is very profound to me. The first test was very profound and meaningful as well, and I might just record that after. But let's just do the lessons that I got out of the second test for now. Alright, so I'm here at the stable, but Sin is going on a trail, so I'll just wait for him to come back. Let's just start talking about the two main reasons I decided to join yet another dressage test. The first one is I would have to give all the credit to C Songkram, number 62, because he is the reason that made me want to go for it again. And that is because when you are signing up for a test, you get to work with a partner horse for a whole week, which is a rare opportunity for us who ride at Horse Guard Riding Club, because we get different horses every day. Yes, I know it's every day, and that is a pro and a con in itself. And I feel like the relationship is different when you get to work with a particular horse for quite a certain time, and the bond is being built, and you can see a huge difference from that. And C was sent my way because of the test, and I wouldn't get to know C, and I, to be honest, might not have such a good impression with him from the very first ride. But after a week, the impression that I had with C was just to a whole new level, and obviously he's right now my most loving buddy. I myself have been riding for less than a year, and if you were to tell me that I would sign up for a riding competition of any sort, I would be like, there's no way for that to happen. But yes, as I said, the first time led me to the second time, and I decided not to list out the name of the horses that I would want to work with, because somehow I want to let fate do the work, just as it did me with C. And yeah, it seemed like fate did me good again this time with Plee. The first day when I know that I got to partner with Plee, whom I haven't heard of the name before, but it seemed like many people have heard of his reputation already. And yeah, the first ride on the first day was just fantastic. I felt like he accepted my request very well, and he seemed to know all the cues already. So yeah, I was feeling very positive with our interaction, and I was just so happy that I got to partner with him already. And yeah, we just spend time in the grooming and this and that just to connect a little bit later on that day. But then things changed a little bit on the second day when I worked with him. This time I would have to say in hindsight that I just let it up to fate just a little too much. And so yeah, but I struggle quite a lot, like asking him to move and to just go towards certain directions and such. And I didn't even study the test, for dressage test you had to remember the course and such, right? I was just struggling enough just to like be with him that day, and now we have to go in a course in front of all the teachers and judges. I know right then that I wouldn't get any good feedback, but the comment was harsh. It's actually harder than I thought, which is a comment that I found very hurtful, because it's like I'm not bringing out the most potential that this horse that Plee has, and yeah, that hurts me, and it stuck with me, or later on that night and also the following day. And I just kept having this thought in my mind, whether or not I would be able to reach up to his standard and this and that. But then I guess, okay, I would just try my best. On Friday, the last day that we got to practice with our horse, I just received a call from a teacher asking if I want to change the horse. And I asked, like, why? What's the reason? And then he said that I wouldn't be able to ride this horse. Like, I'm not able to ride this horse. And I feel like this statement is very, very difficult to take. I mean, it's not healthy either to take it all in because it's one's opinion. It's not a fact, let's say. But at the same time, it's not healthy for you to just neglect it and say I don't care as well. There must be some grains in it for one to just call you and then tell you that you are not ready for this yet. So I sit with myself and try to let this feeling sink in a little bit. It was very hard. Like right now I'm fine with it now because we have passed it. But at that moment I was like, oh my gosh, should I change my mind? I mean, I said no to the teacher and that I would still would love to ride this horse with Plee. But at the same time, it's hard not to take such comment. Yeah, so basically, looking back, it's actually probably that comment as well that encouraged me to study the test harder and to be very intentional this time. If I sign up for it, then I should go all in. And then on Sunday, the actual competition day, I just woke up very early just to spend time with Plee. And the morning before the test is actually my favorite for the first test as well because you got to groom the horse, take care of the horse, and I just love like waking up early in the morning, just going straight to the store, and then just groom them, feed them, making sure they look all healthy and shine. That's just my favorite part, and the best part is that you get to connect with the horse. And so I just spent like almost 3 hours before the test with Plee, and at that point, all the worry, all the anxiety started to go away. Like I was just happy enough to see that Plee seemed to be at least a little content to be with me as well. He's like not being forced into it. Of course, horses didn't have like any verbal say, but you can read from their body language and such. And yeah, so we went to the ring for some warm up for like 30 minutes or so, and Brie was such a great horse that day, like probably even better than the first day that we were together because we were already connected by then. And then we went into the ring with two judges. One of them is actually the teacher who called me that I couldn't ride Plee, and I tried to just focus on Plee and the test. And to be honest, when you are in the ring, there's something about it that really help you focus. So basically, at that point, if there's anything happening outside of the ring, I couldn't care less. It would just be me and Plee against everything. This is very interesting because I feel like the relationship that I have with C is like a buddy, it's like a friend. But for Plee, he's like a teacher to me. He's like a master. He's the one that is a lot more experienced in terms of riding competition, and he teach me a lot how to really co-pilot with him. So on the second day, as I said, when I just let it all on him, to rely on him, he wouldn't just accept my partnership. But when I co-pilot and intentionally be there with him, he's also bringing his best self as well. So here comes the lessons that I got out of the second dressage test this time. The first one, I would have to say to trust the horse to guide you the process. And by that, it's almost like a philosophy for life. So basically, just trust that, whatever happens, whatever result that comes out, is all the learning that you can learn from. Like the day that I struggled very badly with all the comments, with all the critiques, external voices, it's also helped me to set my own intention. So just like, everything good in your life, sometimes it's very difficult for you to understand the reason behind it, but in hindsight, you realize why something has to happen before something very profound, very beautiful, very meaningful happens. And that is actually what happened with the test this time. It's actually a mental test, not so much of a physical one. Alright, and for the second lesson, and this one I would have to say is the reason that I love being with horses so much, is the fact that they are fully present. And this is by no means nothing new when it comes to the world of horses. But just like when I talk about the perception of other people towards Plee on the first day, and it also shaped my interaction with him already. This time is a good one because it's a very positive kind of perception and reputation that people have for him. But there were times when we got quite a negative perception from other people. This horse is a bad one, or this horse bark a lot, and this and that. I mean, there's a thin line between information and pre-perception that might mislead you into a wrong interaction that you may have with certain horses. And yeah, that is one thing. And another thing is that when I got comments from the teacher, if I couldn't find a way to really come back to myself and hopefully and to really just be with him as he is in the present moment, and just having this negative thought and self-talk in my head that I'm not up to this horse standard and I'm not able to ride this horse, like just saying this out loud is very hurtful still, and you just have to really be aware of the self-talk that you have with yourself so much so that you can alter the interaction that you have with the horses. So basically, I think horses are excellent teachers when it comes to this because they don't hold any prejudice or judgment or whatsoever. They just approach you the way that you approach them. So basically, if you show any side of being fearful, of being nervous, of being anxious, of course, like being in front of a predator, them being a prey animal, they would have to be fearful and be very protective of themselves as well. But if you let your guard down, you come with open chest and mind and heart, I feel like horses really can read your energy. Like, I have nothing for you to be afraid of. So, I'm here just to be friends, especially when you can build trust. And by that I mean a sense of safety that they can feel around you. Like their interactions towards you also change as well when they feel like they can trust you. And I think that is bringing up a relationship to a whole new level, whether on or off saddles. And yeah, 2 lessons from this time. The first one is to trust the horse to guide you the process, and everything is the learning in its own. And the second lesson is just to approach everything, life as it is, with no prejudice, preperception, or judgment towards it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for Plee, Sea Songkram, Kita, and all the horses out there. Sin isn't back yet, and I just finished filming, but I'll just film him after as well. See you in the next episode on hopefully the first reflection on my first dressage test with Sea Songkram, the special one. See ya!